What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. I actually was planning on filming another video tonight, and I got this email earlier, and I was training clients and stuff, so I didn't get a chance to open it. And I got home and opened it, and I was like, I'm going to scrap the idea for tonight, and because there's always more nights, right? And I want to do this video specifically for this individual, Patrick. And I'm going to read this email, guys. Like, I'll tell you what, I read this about an hour ago, right, while I was eating when I got home from training my clients. And it's hard for me. Like, I got a lump in my throat already, and I haven't even started reading it. But this is what makes all this YouTube stuff, because you don't make money off it, right? But your reach can be so big worldwide. And it doesn't mean big as far as like millions of followers or millions of subscribers, but reach is big as far as it can reach far out there, as far as like outside of America, right? Like in another country, whatever. This is still in America, this thing, but being able to just do what I do and enjoy what I'm doing, and you don't realize what an impact it has on people. Like when I get to go to the expos and I get to meet people, that's when I realize, like, you know, I'm making these silly little videos that I think are, you know, it's just part of my life, and I'm rambling, I'm shooting my mouth off. And it really does give people a direction sometimes, and it lets them know that they're not the only ones thinking that way a lot of times. So a lot of times I'll have people, even some very well-known people, be like, listen, I wish I could say what you're saying. I mean, I think the exact same things you're thinking, and I wish I could say it, but I can't because of contracts and this and that. And I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? It's just, it's hard to be confined because you don't want to offend somebody or whatever. And my thing is, like, you know, I'm not easily offended, right? I'm just not. And people don't have to come here to watch. So if they do, they obviously want to see what I have to say and hear what I have to say. So without further ado, Patrick. His name is Patrick. He's 30 years old, living in Michigan, about 20 minutes outside of Detroit. He's lifted seriously since about 2006, which is the year he graduated in high school. All throughout the years of growing up, I was a little guy, weighed about 137 pounds, played soccer religiously. He said, yeah, really interesting so far, right? Like, that's all of our stories, right? We're in high school, we're small. That's pretty much all of our stories, except for, like, Jay Cutler. He was already, like, 200 pounds. He was born with biliary artesia. To quickly sum it up, I'd never actually heard of that. Basically, his liver was not processing bile correctly, and as a result, he had his first liver transplant at 8 months old. I didn't even know they could do that, but okay. Unfortunately, the liver did not take, and 2 weeks later, he had a second liver transplant, 8 months old. 2 liver transplants, right? Had a second liver transplant. Everything was going well up until about 15 years old, when they noticed that a medication they had been taking, cyclosporine, I think is the name of it, cyclosporine, an anti-rejection medication. What is cyclosporine? That sounds familiar. Anyways, an anti-rejection medication that had begun to cause kidney damage. Fast forward about 4 years, he was put on dialysis for 3 months. This is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, so 19 years old. He's on dialysis for 3 months. Needed a kidney transplant. So he's had 2 liver transplants already, and now a kidney transplant. Luckily, to his surprise, his brother was actually a match. Right? That's amazing, right? Successfully went through the kidney transplant. So it was shortly after my recovery from that transplant, I found the gym and began weightlifting. It was perfect. It's not only an escape from reality, which it is for a lot of us. You know, I mean, honestly, most of us can go in the gym for an hour a day and forget about everything else that's going outside the gym. He wanted to get better shape, improving his quality of life. It was perfect. Years went by. His knowledge grew vastly, and he found out the gym was just a place for him. During college, he was training. He had a job working at LA Fitness. So now I have a free membership. I've got the luxury of working at the place that made me the happiest. You know, it was around this period of time I found out about me, that he found out about me, and started really diving into watching the videos and stuff that I put up on YouTube. He also started to follow me on Instagram. He said, I knew a good amount before, but the videos that I put out were just filled with endless amounts of knowledge. I appreciate that, because a lot of people look at me and think I'm a fucking idiot, but you know, hopefully more people get more out of these things than, you know, just I'm an idiot. But anyways, endless amounts of knowledge and fitness, but also the personal experiences with life. He said he felt the videos were a great way for him to relax and just indulge in learning from a wide variety of different subjects. So now this is where things took a huge turn for the worse. Now this is the part, like, I already have a lump on my throat because I know it's coming. Midway through 2016, the doctors noticed that his creatinine levels were on the vast uprise, and his liver enzymes weren't looking any better either. After months of being in and out of the hospital, restarting dialysis again, the truth came to light after receiving a liver and kidney biopsy. He needed not only a liver transplant, but a kidney transplant again. 3rd liver transplant, 2nd kidney transplant. He was admitted to the hospital on March 17, 2017, and was told I would not be leaving this hospital without those transplants. He said, I was scared, I was devastated, my parents were 10 times worse than me. I mean, who can handle hearing the 30-year-old son is not going to make it out of the hospital alive without receiving a transplant? Well, some strange luck, on March 31st, 2007, a donor came through from Indiana. He made it through the transplant. Over the next several months, he wasn't healing like he should. He even got worse. He ended up spending 8 months in the hospital and 4 months in the ICU. 3 months in a step-down unit, I'm not sure what that is, until he was highly monitored for 1 month on the rehab floor, which is where I came into play most every day. Once I was on the rehab floor, I would spend hours watching your videos, getting pumped up and ready for my daily workouts. It was honestly the incredible amount of motivation that he would get from me. It's truly unreal. Hearing everything that I've gone through, he's hearing everything that I've gone through. Now I've come out doing so well and motivated him to push past his limits that he never thought he would overcome. He spent a few months in a wheelchair post-transplant because of how much weight and muscle he had lost, sitting in bed every day trying to properly recover, on top of the poor nutrition that he was getting through a tube because he wasn't strong enough to eat. He said, I realize this kind of summed up a short version of everything, but the point is, I'm trying to stress is how much of a positive influence you had over me in my recovery. I went into last surgery weighing 212 pounds. I dropped to 145 pounds through those months, such little activity, on account of being hooked to so many machines. Now he weighs 175 pounds. He's on the way back up. He's lifting. He's slowly getting back into shape, and he truly believes if it wasn't for me getting the videos, that he wouldn't have pushed himself and he wouldn't have made it. He says, thank you, Jerry. So I'm not a writer, so I apologize. It's all one paragraph. Patrick, I write the same way. I write in one paragraph. But I want to personally thank you for everything you've done for me. Just know that your videos have made a positive impact at least one life. I really want you to hear my story and thank you for your time. Patrick, the shit that I've been through, I'm fully aware, is nothing compared to what other people go through. I don't feel bad for myself. I don't feel sorry for myself. Matter of fact, I don't think, in hindsight, that I've gone through that much. You know, when I read an email like this from you, I haven't gone through even remotely as much as you have. Not even like, you know, an eyelash compared to what you've gone through. And I read this and I go, you know, I'm having problems dealing with my dad's passing. You know, I mean, there's always stresses that come with business and relationships and all kinds of stuff, but really it doesn't mean fucking dick when you read something like this and the stuff that you've been through, and you still have to go through the things that I normally go through, right? You still have to go through training, you still have to go through stresses probably about money and stuff like that. You know, I'm sure that these things, you know, insurance doesn't cost, you know, doesn't cover everything that is going on here. I know a lot of times you get bills when you get out of the hospital that you weren't counting on, stuff like you have stresses with that. Your family is stressed out. You're stressed out from seeing them stressed out. Like, man, I tell you what, right now, I'm reading this, and after 3 liver transplants and 2 kidney transplants, you're a fucking warrior. You're an absolute goddamn fucking warrior for getting through that and still fighting. You're still fighting. You're still working out. You're still living that lifestyle. You still have it in your head that you're going to fucking make yourself better. You're going to will yourself to be better by pushing yourself and becoming stronger. And I don't mean powerlifting. I mean a stronger individual, stronger physically, stronger mentally, stronger emotionally. Like, you are on the path, my friend, to enlightenment, which is all those things coming together and making you whole. These tests that you've been put through, that you have overcome. And, you know, what sucks is there's probably more to come ahead of you, right? But if you did these, you can do that. You know, like, that's just, I can't, like, I'm fucking, like, floored that you even took the time, you know what I mean? Like, through everything you've been through, time is a commodity that you can't get back, man. Time is something that we can't buy, we can't trade, we can't get more of. Like, once it's gone, it's gone. And taking, I mean, what you've been through, the things that you've been through, that you've lost that time laying in bed, you've lost that time with surgery, you've lost that time being sick. To take the time to write this email, I'm not just humbled, man. I'm actually fucking floored by it, bro. Which is why I'm making this video, to let people know that there's people like you out there, right? Every single one of us that are down on ourselves, every single one of us that feel like, well, you know, I can't make it because of this, or this, like, you have these problems. It's like, they're fucking nothing compared to this, right? I mean, you're still out there fucking improving yourself every day. There's some of us that'll sit on the couch because it's too hard. What's too hard? If you can do that, then we can do something better. And if we can do this, then you can do something better. I don't know, man. I appreciate the email, man. I really do. And you can email me whenever you want, anytime. I'll answer you back. But I ask you to make those emails scarce. Use that time that you would email me to be with your family, to be with your loved ones, to be with your friends, to use in the gym, to go online and learn something that you want to do in the future. Maybe some, I don't know, like book a trip, like anything besides wasting time on me. I'll be honest with you, man. Like at 42, in your 30s now, you start realizing what's important, and you start realizing that time is running out. And every second counts. Every minute counts. Like every minute that ticks by is a piece of your being that is gone, that you can't get back. And I want you to make the most out of what you have left, bro. I want you to live the best life that you can live. I want you to be your best version of you that you can fucking ever be, and enjoy the highs that are coming, right? And weather the storm of the lows that are coming, so you can get back to another high and enjoy that. But man, you want to talk inspiring, man? This email is inspiring. Like it's late night right now. It's like 11:30 or something like that. Like I don't even know what to, like. I'm probably gonna even have a hard time fucking sleeping tonight after reading this, honestly, because I feel like now I've got nothing to complain about. You know what I mean? If I have 5 minutes left in my day that I'm not using for something, I should be using it for something constructive, because you took 5 minutes out of your, or 10 minutes, whatever it was, to type this thing and gave it to me out of your life. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Patrick. So for hopefully you guys watching this, you guys can get some inspiration from this too. You can realize that no matter how bad that we have it, somebody else always has it worse. And there's somebody even worse off than Patrick. And I'm sure Patrick knows that too. So every day is a blessing. Every day is a gift. Every day is a new life. Every day when you wake up is a new life. You have the chance. You have the opportunity to start over. Literally to start over. I don't like my job, so I'm going to start looking for another one. I'm unhappy in this relationship, so I want to start figuring out how I can change that. Whether it be stay with the person or, completely stop that relationship. I'm not happy with my hair, so I'm going to go get it cut. Whatever, like you have the opportunity every single day to start a new life. And here's Patrick, who almost didn't have any opportunities left, and now he has them. So there's no excuse for us whatsoever. BuyOutsTrainingAtGmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.buyoutsTraining.com is the blog. This one's for you, Patrick, and we are